Welcome to the HomeBuilder series of common questions answered briefly. Today I'm going to look at adding a new base contract item. As you can see from my system, I have all of these queues, and over here I have something called base contract items. I'm going to click into it, and if I scroll down, what I'd like to do today is I'd like to add a new stair type. You can see in here that I already have an item for stairs, but there is a new situation where I'm also building metal stairs. There's enough of a difference between the metal stairs that I'm building and these stairs that exist, different vendor, different price. I just want it to be highlighted that it's a completely different item. Often you don't need to add new items, but this is significant enough that I want to do that. So you can see here that I've got this item already created with some default contracts and all of that sort of good stuff. What I'm going to do is just come back to the list and have a look. I can see I've got plenty of space, 14,200 to 14,300 in my number range. So I'm going to call this 14,210. And it doesn't matter whether I copy it from the lists. I have the copy to new item here or from the card. So I'm just going to go into this. I'm going to type in 14,210 and I'm going to call it stairs. I'm going to call it stairs metal rather than metal stairs. I find it a little nicer to have the description of the main element of it at the beginning. It's your choice. I click OK, it's copied it. I see that it's put it down here. I'm going to click into it. I need to make some changes. So the code I'm fine with, the name I'm fine with, the unit of measure is great. And if I want to have a look at where I'm allowed to have it in house areas, from my perspective, this is base contract. So I only really care at looking at this for the whole house. If it's a color chart selection item, you might want to treat that a little differently. Now in here, I've got a trade type and I've said that it's stairs. I will almost certainly want to create a new trade type called stairs metal, but for now I'm just going to move on. I'm going to leave it there and come back to that in another video. And from this perspective, it's not going to this vendor. It's going to go to a different vendor. And so I'm just going to put it to this, this vendor there, and I'm going to call it metal stairs. You don't have to enter a vendor contract, particularly if you don't know who you're going to be giving the contract to. If that's the case, you'll use trade types, but as I said, we'll cover that in a different video. In my situation, I know who the vendor is, and I'm happy with this contract. This is all helpful automation for later as you use the system. Not mandatory, just helpful. In here, I have a workflow template task number, and it says, oh, okay, I've indicated that I want to know that this is done when the stairs are ordered. I'm just going to leave that there, that template task. This is all about when will this thing be done. And in my situation, I'm happy with that. I do price it per model house area. And other than that, the cost detail code, that's just the final thing I'm going to change. It says stairs. I'm good with that. I don't need to break up my costing structures with more detail. That's how to create a new item and reassign a few of the basic elements of it. Thanks for watching.